viewers, it's another day, beautiful day with your host Ashrina Khatibid, and welcome to the live session with you. Basically, the program is brought to you touching about people's life, how do they live, their daily activities, what are the challenges and struggles that they go through, and what are the solutions they take to make this life better, and what is their contribution in our community. This is being the best example and inspiration to those people who just gave up in life. They feel like life cannot go on. They feel like left behind while they need to make sure everything is going to be all right. So there are those who need to be motivated to get new ideas like business ideas, but they do not know where to start with. But through people, we invite them, we talk to them, we have some stories, where are they coming from, where are they at, and where are they going to, so that we can learn from them. And today we have a special guest. I call him a special guest. He's an American citizen currently living in Zanzibar, Tanzania, but just in case, he has all legal documents to live in here. So his name is Mr. Kenn, the president working at Welcome Ideas School. So we will have with him from the beginning to the end of the program. Don't skip, stay with us. But before we keep on, I would like to remind you to follow us in our Instagram page, Mavis_Pictures, YouTube channel, Mavis Pictures. Do not forget to click the subscribe button below to like, to comment, and share a link to make other people benefited. Still your host, Ashrina Khatibid. So let's get started. It's nice to have you in this evening, Thank you for the opportunity.
Great to be here.
Yeah. People need to know you better. Give us your background.
Great. Well, my background, I grew up in the US, and I grew up in a family that was not wealthy by US standards, probably considered lower income, but one of the things that my family really valued was education. And so throughout my life, education was something that was important to me and my family. And I was lucky enough to get some scholarships to go to a very good university, and studied hotel and restaurant administration in university. And after my time at university, I went and worked for some large hotel chains, also some large restaurant chains, where I focused on human resources and training and development. And my last paid job was working for a restaurant chain that had about 2,500 restaurants. And I was overseeing about half of those restaurants, so about 1,200 restaurants, overseeing the staff that was responsible for human resources and training for those restaurants. So it was a pretty big job. I decided that I wanted to have a change of careers, and I gave up that job, which was a really good, really well-paying job, to go and get my master's degree in responsible tourism management in the United Kingdom. So I went to the United Kingdom, got my master's degree, and then came to Zanzibar to volunteer in Jambiani at a tourism training institute. And I came back from that after 2 years of volunteering as a teacher there, and I was going to get another job in the corporate world in human resources and training. But instead of doing that, I decided to start an NGO and start a school called Welcome Ideas. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in Zanzibar. We opened up our school in 2019. So we're a US-based nonprofit charitable organization, and we have a branch here in Zanzibar.
Wow. Firstly, I need to congratulate you for doing very good job. You made a very great job. From the housekeeping to the management, you started from the beginning to the scratch till to the top level. That's a very nice thing, actually. Congratulations, sir. Coming from the normal family to the higher places in your life. That's very great. Okay, thank you so much. I need to know about, people would need to know about Welcome Ideas. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so Welcome Ideas is a school that's in Zanzibar, in Kembe Samaki. We've had over 60 students go through some of our short course programs, and our programs are designed to help people start their own small tourism businesses. But also help people advance their careers within the tourism sector. So we've been doing short courses so far on topics like tourism leadership development, introduction to tourism, food safety, IT, tourism in the sharing economy, cultural heritage and tourism and economics. So we've had a variety of short course programs, and we're getting ready to get certified with the Zanzibar Vocational Training Authority, which will allow us the opportunity to offer certificate programs in small tourism business entrepreneurship.
So is Welcome Ideas permanent school or just the spatial, like, the specific program and can end up anytime? Is it permanently?
Our plan is for it to be permanent. That is our hope. Inshallah. But we really are excited about not just having Welcome Ideas here in Kembe Samaki, but we're also planning to expand to other areas of Zanzibar, down the road, maybe even to mainland Tanzania and other parts of East Africa. So our plan is for the school to be permanent, and not just permanent, but we want to grow the program, grow the school.
That's great. That's very nice. So, can we know what are the qualifications do you mostly focus on the new students? Like someone needs to join, what do they have to do to be a special student for you?
Yeah, so for our short course programs and for all of our programs, everyone has to go through an interview process. So you have to fill out an application, you have to go through an interview. Currently, our short courses are all taught in English. So English is a requirement for our short courses, but that's really the only requirement. And in the future, we're planning on having English courses available here, so that if someone's English isn't up to the standard that would be required for a short course, they could go through English program here, so that they would be able to improve their English skills, so that they would be able to take a short course down the road.
Dear viewers, we are still having Mr. Kenn Scott, the president at Welcome Ideas School. We are learning a lot from him. I hope we can learn more and more. We're still with him, so let's be together. So you came all the way from US and you left your homeland. People need to know, why did you leave your homeland? You left your hotel jobs, you left every offers you were given, but you came to Tanzania to help people. Why did you choose that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the first time I had been to Tanzania was in 2009. And I came just for a short time through a group called African Impact, doing some volunteer projects. And we were based in Jambiani. And African Impact, is still around. I'm not sure with COVID how much they're doing, but they're based in Zanzibar in Jambiani, and they have a number of projects. And I did that experience for about a month and met a lot of amazing people, and just really fell in love with Zanzibar, and not necessarily the island and the weather and the natural beauty, although that's amazing. But what I really fell in love with was the people. And just, I had the opportunity then to meet people of all different ages. And one thing that I really saw was, no matter how hard people were struggling, people really had a different sense of value here than what I was used to back in the States. Was something that was inspirational to me, and something that caused me to want to come back. So after I finished my master's degree, I emailed the director of the Jambiani Tourism Training Institute, telling her that I was interested in coming back to Zanzibar and asking if she had any volunteer positions available, and she did. And so I said, well, I'd love to come. And she said, how long? And I said, how long is the program? I'd like to see the whole thing. She said, it's 2 years. And so I said, perfect, sign me up. And so I came for 2 years and just loved it. I had, I think, oh gosh, about 50 different students over those 2 years that I'm still in touch with today, that I'm so proud of each of them and how their careers have developed, how their families have developed. I mean, they're all just amazing, really mature individuals who it's been, for me, really great to see them grow. And so when I came back from Jambiani that time, I think I'd mentioned I was interested or looking for a job back in the US again. But I talked with some friends, and my friend said, you know, you really need to find something that you're passionate about. And I said, well, the thing I've been passionate about the most is my time in Zanzibar teaching and those students that I taught.
Wow.
And so that's when I got the idea that, you know, maybe there's a way that I could come back to Zanzibar and do what I was passionate about. And so that's kind of how I started Welcome Ideas. And so that's why I came all across the world, because, you know, the people of Zanzibar is something I'm very passionate about. And I think I enjoy teaching, and I believe that I have some skills and some experience that I can offer to people to help them in their growth and their development in their careers. But at the same time, there's a lot that all of my students offer to me as far as seeing them grow and develop and learning from them as well. So that's why I'm here.
So, dear viewers, we are still with Mr. Kenn, having some more stories with him. But the thing which was really, really wonderful is that he left his homeland, came in Zanzibar for the first time as just a tourist, but he loved people. He fell in love with us in Tanzania, and then he decided to come back to teach us. You know, he wanted us to be developed. So, this is something very unique for him. So, let's keep on with him. We have more to share with him. So, you know, you have your family member. Are they supportive in your idea of leaving them and staying in another country without them?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's definitely hard, especially as my parents go through health issues. It's hard for me to be so far away from them. I think in some ways it's hard for them to have me so far away. And around times like holidays and birthdays and special celebrations where I'm used to being with my family. But my family is extremely supportive of what I'm doing, not just financially, but also emotionally. I mean, my family supports Welcome Ideas every single month with financial contributions. But they also support me every single day with just emotional issues that maybe I'm facing as a result of being so far away. So, so right now we don't have any support from different governments. You know, we're looking at working with foundations and corporations and other kind of larger donors to help the program continue and help hire new teachers and get new equipment like computers. So we don't have any financial support from other institutions, but we have had, like, for instance, a university in Holland donated all of the books for our library, and a company called TUI, who's a travel or tourism operator, they donated the planes or the space on the plane to bring those books down to our library. So that wasn't financial support, but it was pretty close, because I mean, that expense to ship those books would have been very expensive for us. The cost to buy those books would have been very expensive for us. So those donations that TUI and Stenden University from Netherlands gave us were amazing. So we have had some support like that from organizations and from the government. The Zanzibar government has been really supportive when you look at the Ministry of Education working with us and the Vocational Training Authority. The president of Zanzibar just intervened on our behalf to help us with an issue we were having with my work permit, which was preventing me from teaching classes. So although we don't get financial support from the government, they've been very supportive of our program. And everyone who has heard of our program, whether it's the president or the vice president or minister of tourism or minister of education, everyone just loves the work that we're doing here. So
that's beautiful.
That's
very beautiful.
Yeah.
Right now there's so many youths who are going through depressions and they feel like giving up in life. Can you tell us what do they have to do to overcome those depressions and challenges they're facing?
There's a couple things that I would advise people. Number one, depression and anxiety are things that many people have. So you aren't alone. That's a really important thing for people to know, is that you aren't alone. You aren't the only one facing those challenges. Some of those challenges may be unique to you, but other people are going through the same thing. And there's people out there that are willing and able to help you in going through that. So don't do it by yourself. Reach out to other people. If you're experiencing depression or anxiety, talk with family members and friends. And there are people out there who will help you and who will help you get through it. Because, especially right now, things feel really discouraging, but there's a lot of hope out there. And you just need to connect with the right people to help you get that hope back. And so, don't be afraid to ask for help. I think that's one thing that some people who are battling anxiety and battling depression, including myself, sometimes I'm afraid to tell people that I'm going through some challenges because I'm worried about what they'll think. But when I tell people and when I talk with people, I'm always able to find someone who can lift me up and who can give me encouragement and motivation. And so don't be afraid to talk with someone. Don't be afraid of, failure. Sometimes we get depressed because we have an idea that we don't try because we're worried that we're going to fail and we're worried that people might laugh at us. So don't worry about other people. If you have a great idea, give it a try. Go forward. And I think sometimes for me, I get into that situation myself too. Like for raising money, sometimes I'm afraid to call companies and tell them about the program. But whenever I call them, I always get such a good response. So the only thing that can make you fail is if you don't try and if you don't ask for help. So don't be afraid.
Thank you so much, sir. It was very nice to have you in this program. We wish to have you again more and more and more. Thank you so much for giving us the wise words and everything. It was very wonderful. I wish you a good luck in your life. Dear viewers, depressions and anxiety is not to only one person. It goes to everyone. You are not alone. What only you need to do is to make sure that you go for what you dream for. That's from Mr. Kenn, and I hope you can learn a lot from him. Don't be afraid to talk to the person. Don't be afraid to expose yourself in case you face challenges, because this can help you to solve the problems. It was very nice to have you from the beginning to the end of the program. You are with me, your host, Ashrin Khatibed. I would like to remind you again to follow us on our Instagram page, Mavips_pictures. YouTube channel, Mavis Pictures. Don't forget to click the subscribe button below, to like, to comment, and to share the link to make other people know what we are doing. Ashrina Khatibid, be well.